Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. 44.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Let's go.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Hill. Nowhere to go that time. Might have got the yard up to the 25.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
46 to Mike, 46. It's a party now.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Good. 46. Check Mike 46. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Gonna throw right side here, complete. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for the Jags' first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, Hey, we got everybody come. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
That's going to be a long day. Check 13. Check 13. Hustle.
Here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Nicholson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Check.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak that the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Ready. Pittsburgh. 46 to Mike. Go. Sweetheart. That's it. 46 to Mike. 46. Touchdown.
Jackson on first down. It's Hill. Complete. Call that a very strong gain at 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now it's Jackson. Gets this one to Hill. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. With his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check. Check out,
Rock it, fire.
Now a give, right side. Hines. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. They'll run forward with Hines. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
That's to his running back, complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Now this throw caught left side. And knock him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
46. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They go play action with Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw is Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On third down, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Let's go. Check. 59. I'm on.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by to run around stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On first down, Hines 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But we saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and failing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Check 83, ball going to 83. Single, single. Ball, single.
Now it's Jackson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Set, baby! Good job.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, the spin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Now Jackson on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Come on, QB, come on. Big edge. 46 to Mike, 46.
I'm trying to collect.
Jackson. Going for a right side here, complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike. You must be getting tired.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Got you, boy.
Jackson now off the bootleg. That one complete to Hill. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Come on, set. Ain't together.
Rip left, rip left.
Yo. Show it up. Hot 7.
59.
Jackson will throw again.
Let's make these things cry all the way back home, yo.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
I got you, son. I got you, son. You all right, baby. Get this. You're all right.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Banks. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That time, 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
46 to Mike, 46.
Hey, watch the screen, Jack.
They'll try and throw forward Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Check, 59, 59.
You ain't going nowhere.
59.
Jackson from the shotgun.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the
How many
time.
plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Hill. He'll They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball.
Now Jackson. And he's got it. So they're trying for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, Zoo. Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Hines, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's go. Hit it.
On 1st down, he blocked to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Catch made here by Campbell. And this play will be blown up. Well, lose yardage back at the 38. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Yep.
Back two is the
Bravo.
back two.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Where's 52?
Yeah.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They try and run for it with Hill. Fighting for the end zone. He lost gets the football. It's out. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recount? Nowhere to escape when he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No,
okay.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third down.
Check. Don't get nervous.
Ready?
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Banks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
On the ready. You got to get the ball until you get the ball right.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Jackson, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown, baby, yeah.
Here we go now as they will again try for 2.
Check Mike 46. Check Mike 46. I got you. I got you.
To throw again is Jackson. Now he's forced out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach, everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Let's go, at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done. And maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Jacksonville, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gold.